Hey, what's up, everybody? YL with Blockchain Academics. We're going to go into ARTX or ARTX, however you want to call it. It is a yield fielding concept where it'll help companies or individuals take their parked capital and trade it using an algorithmic trading bot where you have full custody of your tokens. So let's get right into it. I'm aware that there is a video calling ARTX a scam, and I'm going to debunk that and hit that out of the park. So let's start off with the super successful launchpad. CyberFi hosted ARTX, and you can see it pretty much filled out in all tiers. And CyberFi KYC'd ARTX because they're an anonymous team, and these launchpads have to do heavy due diligence, especially when it comes to an anonymous team and every project, to make sure that everything crosses and everything's checked off before they upload or they launch a project on their launchpad. And then bigger than that, I trust the people that are trusting ARTX that have KYC'd them. So CyberFi has KYC'd them, and Dex Tools has KYC'd them, and I'm part of Dex Force, so I trust everything they put out because these companies, and let's just take a look at this quickly. We are glad to announce our partnership with ARTX Trading. The public sale is finishing right now at CyberFi Launchpad, and it will be listed tomorrow at Uniswap. And on CyberFi, we had a 10 to 20x at the highest trading price at $6.75. If we take a look on Uniswap right here, $6.72 is the price I'm going to go off, not this large wick here. And that's almost a 20x from public sale. I believe that the price can go all the way to $35. That would be 100x if you were lucky enough to participate in the public sale. And it's still a cheap enough price, and I'm going to go into the reasons why. But Dex Tools has KYC'd them, CyberFi has KYC'd them, and that's good enough for me. That's better than most projects you're getting into or that I've gotten into. I haven't had verification like this from the people I trust. So let's get right into ARTX and what it does. We're going to go through the whole page, through everything, through all the Medium articles, the marketing they're doing, and all that great stuff. So yield fielding, mobilize your capital. Many projects keep their capital at a standstill with the current context generates a high opportunity cost, especially if you're in USDT or any type of fiat. You're missing out on these crazy market moves. Make profits for number two. ARTX aims to help these projects by offering them products that generate profits through automated algorithmic trading in different investment strategies, and then feed your community. Number three, this passive income is used to enhance the value of those projects and distribute rewards to their communities. And we're going to go into that, how ARTX is doing that right now with ARTX Shares. So first working product, Artemis. And I believe the video said this was a lot of large words and hard to understand, so let's get into this together. Artemis, which is the name of the bot, so not sure if he wasn't aware of that, is an algorithmic trading bot that automatically manages the wallet and executes buy and sell orders with the goal of making a profit on each of those transactions. It is available to follow different profitable strategies based on advanced quantitative analysis, and for the time being, it's developed to perform on symbols based on Tether or Bitcoin. I mean, as a trader, my mother would understand that. As a trader, I understand that fully. They're basically trading USDT or Bitcoin using an algorithmic trading bot with quantitative analysis. It's just as simple as that. And if you don't understand that, maybe this project's not for you, or maybe trading is not for you. It's just as simple as that. So non-custodial, you never give up your cryptocurrency. So you see these bots or these programs, or send us your money, we'll trade for you, we'll give you 1% a day, 2% a day, 50% a day. Now that's a scam. If ARTX asked you to send them money so they can return funds to you, I would be saying red flags, but it's non-custodial. We'll go on to how that happens through an API. Artemis executes its strategies making use of an API, application programming interface. And if you've ever been on an exchange, you can see you have the ability to create APIs so you can connect them to bots, or maybe through your phone or other platforms, so you can interact with the exchange or just view your portfolio or your trades. So that many platforms make available to users. As I just said, this API can be limited so that the bot can only buy and sell and not make withdrawals or any other things. And Binance and every other exchange that I've been on allows you to edit what your API does. You can just see view or buy and trade, or edit orders, and you could turn off withdrawals so your funds are safe. And usually you have two-factor authentication, you have your email notification verification, or however you set up your withdrawals, and customizable. Artemis can be upgraded with different configurations, each one with a different risk performance so that it can be adapted to the user's risk profile. ARTX shares a yield feeding plan. And we're going to go into, I believe they just dropped the ARTX Shares announcement, so we're going to get into that as well. And I can go into how you can earn more ARTX while just holding the token and supporting the whole platform. So the first step of our plan is to create a yield feeding pool that will start with 15% of the pre-sale, which I believe was $300,000, and that was successful. So they have now launched that. Using our trading strategies and bots, we will mobilize the pool in order to make profits and generate passive income that will be used to buy back ARTX tokens. On a monthly basis, we are committed to distribute 80% of those tokens bought to the steadfast premium holders. Also, due to the volatility of the strategies in the market, we'll create an ARTX treasury fund of 1 million ARTX, corresponding to the 10% of the total supply in order to be able to distribute yield among the premium holders, also in the months when our bots and strategies do not perform positively. So they are using the shares, 100% of their profit, to buy back ARTX. 100% of their profit from the bot being traded buys ARTX, so that just relieves selling pressure in multiple ways. One, there are people holding 10,000 ARTX to get these ARTX shares, and I'll go deeper into these snapshots and when you'll get them, and that'll be on their Medium. And they're also incentivizing long-term holders that are holding that 10,000 not to sell, so they'll lose out on their ARTX shares. They have to hold it for 30 days straight. They can't dip under 10,000 tokens, and now the bot is producing buy pressure because it's buying 100% of its gains into ARTX. 80% goes to the community holding 10,000 plus, and 20% goes back to the ARTX treasury fund. So pretty bullish. Dex Tools does that as well for the premium members, and I've been just loving it. Am I going to try and accumulate 10,000 ARTX? I definitely am. Holders who may not maintain at least 10,000 ARTX in their wallet over a calendar month will be eligible to participate in ARTX shares. With the advancement of the roadmap, we will pull into the production several new strategies and products, different types of bots that will help us to diversify and maximize the yield field and generating profits not only from conventional trading bots but tokenized strategies that will connect DeFi investors with multi-platform trading bots, because I believe they're on Binance. And I wanted to bring that up, how he said you would be dying from the fees. This guy's clearly never traded on any exchange or has never made profitable trades. When I'm as a trader and I'm on Binance, I price that into my trades. You know, if I put one Bitcoin in and I take another Bitcoin out, so 1 Bitcoin to 2 Bitcoin, do you care about the fees? Would you care about the fees? They are trading on Binance. I don't think they're trading on Uniswap, so he didn't do much research in terms of going through the Medium articles, going into the community, the Telegram, and asking those questions. Because, yeah, I would assume if they're trading on Uniswap, they would be paying a lot of fees, but they're trading on Binance, and that's how they have the API connected, and that's why you're 100% full custody of your tokens. Also, our goal is to offer yield feeding plans to our customers in order to grow the ecosystem and make yield fielding a key value in every financial product. Using as an example the ARTX community yield feeding bot that is shown below, and starting from 100,000 USDT yield feeding pool in 63 days, you could have been able to buy back $347,000 worth of USDT in ARTX tokens. And that natural buy pressure every month, what do you think the token's going to do? Where do you think it's going to go? It's just going to keep going up. I mean, nothing just keeps going up. Obviously, you have pullbacks and things like that. But in terms of people dumping it or the project just, becoming stale, there's always that buy pressure because the bot's working every day. And we're going to go into the bot trading performance because it's public. we can find it right here, literally. And then we have the DEX trading bot as well. So we'll look at both of them. So you can see here's the 3x leverage trading strategy. On January 1st, we put in production a new prototype of a 3x leverage trading strategy over USDT symbols that has been developed and tested during the last year and a half. And that's currently at 1200%. We are going to run this strategy with the yield feeding pool, using the profits to periodically buy ARTX tokens and create ever increasing buyer pressure with the sale, with the sole purpose of buying back every token that we pre-sold. Huge. So you can follow its performance in Telegram, and let's open that up right now actually. So you can see all the trades that are literally happening right now. You can see their performance, you can see the profits, so 3% on YFI USDT, VET USDT 4.7%. And what I like about this is it shows you Bitcoin's and Ethereum's progress. So you can see right here, it's gains, Ethereum, Bitcoin. You can see how well they've done from the start of the month compared to the bot. So if you're holding Bitcoin or Ethereum and you're just letting that appreciate, the bot has outperformed that. You have Bitcoin and Ethereum, let's just say at 30%, and this is at 160%. So it's done multiples over than just holding. There's that opportunity cost of just letting your money sit there. So I am going to pull up the DEX bot as well, which is taking me a little bit of time. DEX bot right here, and you can see that the DEX bot has been doing very well, you know, and bots take losses, minus 8.57% on TRX USDT. Not all of these are winners. We'll see, we'll take a look. You see 12%, 4%, these are losses, but it's made 14%, 3%, 5%, 2.5%, and the same thing. This DEX force feeding bot's doing amazing. It's at 220%, and Ethereum and Bitcoin, let's just say at the high end, is at 40%. So it's done multiples, like at least 5x over that. So the performance is doing awesome. And, you know, just seeing these, usually you don't even get to see all the trades. You don't even get to see the progress. So it just makes us feel a little bit better. And you can see the performance of the bot. It's not just doing total garbage, you know. Other yields feeding strategies. USDT accumulation, mild USDT strategy is an example. The strategy is developed thinking on a medium risk reward yield feeding plan. It is part of the current working portfolio. Composed profit on 2020 backtesting has shown this result, and you can see the backtesting dashboard as well if you want to take a deeper look at it and see how well it's done in these months. Overall profits for the whole year, monthly trades, and all that great stuff, which has just been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is just nuts. There's the mild BTC strategy, same thing, doing, I hit 3,500%, and this is accumulating BTC. So this is trading BTC pairs instead of USDT pairs. And like me, I love to accumulate Bitcoin because that stuff just keeps going up. So 3,500% from January, that is nuts, and you can't beat that. Roadmap. We are at 2021 Q1, the launch yield feeding USD community bot. We're actually at Q2, so launch yield feeding BTC community bot. We have the launch yield feeding hybrid community bot, launch yield feeding long futures bot, and they just have a ton of bots coming out to start, you know, making more money. So they also have the launch yield feeding short futures bot. Release new strategies portfolio for 2022 because this bot needs to keep adjusting. It's not going to keep making profits throughout a bear and a bull market. If we transition into a bear market, they're going to have to change their potentially their strategies for the bot, and you can see that they've actually included short futures bot here to take advantage of shorting. You have other trading platforms implementation and release tokenized bot. Here's the token distribution, which is presented pretty nicely. You have 10 million total tokens. I'm at 10 million. I will just double check, which we can do right here. they have 1 million of ARTX tokens corresponding of the 10%. So yeah, 10 million total tokens, and they're split up in pre-sale, 63.5%, which they said they were going to use the bot to buy back all those pre-sale tokens. Treasury fund 10%, team 10%, liquidity 6.5%, marketing 5%, and advisors 5%. And I forgot to mention that Frederick from Dex Tools is also an advisor for this team, which gave me more confidence. I do not need to question the legitimacy of this team. I trust 100% because I trust the Dex Tools team. The existence of the team, his functions, and expertise is certified by Dex Tools. I think he forgot to overread that because it was funny that he was using Dex Tools when going over his video and checking out ARTX, but he didn't take the time to do any deep research. So let's go into their medium. Yield feeding. I said that a few times. What is it? We call yield feeding the process that a project undertakes to mobilize its own funds that usually are at a standstill, generating a high opportunity cost and creating with them a yield feeding pool, funds set aside that will be used to make profits and generating a passive income yield, which is a key point due to the current DeFi context, obtain high returns without compromising the availability or ownership of those funds, and finally invest these profits into the community through buybacks, airdrops, or distributions feeding. ARTX will be offering its clients a range of products and plans which they can define its yield feeding plan, helping them to minimize the high opportunity costs of having their funds at a standstill. So why is it important? Most new products start with initial capital that is consumed slowly over the time according to their development plans and roadmap. This time that this capital is not invested causes an opportunity cost, which that has a negative impact on the project and therefore on its community. Pretty smart. In the current context, it is important that the management plan of this initial capital aims to generate passive profits while remaining liquid and available for the team to use it when it's needed without affecting their business. This is achieved by creating and feeding their yield feeding pool. Very smart idea. So ARTX, trading the future of wealth management. You can see some more of the bot performance over 2021. This is going into their yield feeding plan where they're taking out $300,000 out of the pre-sale to start the feeding pool with the 15% of the token ARTX pre-sale, and we will use that fund to make profits which will be reinvested into ARTX tokens. So during the first 12 months, we are going to use the 100% of the profits to buy back ARTX tokens. After the first 12 months, we'll use the 50% of the profits to buy ARTX tokens, and the other 20% will be reinvested in the yield fielding pool. So they're really incentivizing people to hold 10,000, and they're really giving back to their community. With the advancement of the roadmap, we will put into production several new strategies as we went over the different bots, the shorting bots, the future shorting bot, the high-risk bot, and all that great stuff that's coming out in the future, and that will connect DeFi investors with multi-platform trading bots. Super looking forward to that. We went over the token distribution, and this came out 2 hours ago, their ARTX Shares official launch. So if you want to become part of the ARTX Shares member, a premium member that earns ARTX Shares, you will have to hold 10,000 tokens. So you hold 10,000 tokens or more during a whole month without ever dropping below 10,000, and you'll be eligible. So if you've done the private sale or the public sale and you have tokens that are not vested yet, those don't count. How will distribution be made? The distribution of ARTX profits will be made proportionally among all premium holders who have been holding more than 10,000 ARTX tokens in their wallets. If you hold another 10,000, you'll get double those shares. If you hold 100,000, you'll get 10 shares, and so on. And I read that a third of the circulating supply is locked up in these 10,000 plus wallets. So that just incentivizes long-term holding and less selling pressure. And then you have ARTX coming in and they keep buying it up with the returns of the bot. So we'll use this as a reference, the minimum number of tokens that the holder has had during the whole month. In this way, we prevent pumps and dumps and favor the accumulation. The distribution will be made between the 1st and 5th of each month, but the token buys will be made randomly throughout the month so they don't get front ran. With our own liquidity to maintain the compound interest in the bot during the month so that no one can speculate on the time when the buybacks will be made. Smart. When are snapshots being taken? They'll take place of each first month. In the case for this month of April, which is this month, in order to qualify for the May 1st, 5th distribution, the first snapshot will be held on Sunday, April 11th. So that's 5 days from now. So that anyone who wants to accumulate 10,000 ARTX tokens and be eligible for ARTX shares can do so until that day. So go do that if you haven't. How can I see the profits? The profits produced by our bots and strategies on the yield fielding pool will be tracked in real time through ARTX tracking Telegram, which we checked out, and it was just crushing. What happens if the market drops and the bots generate losses? They put aside 1 million ARTX tokens, and they will be splitting that up over the months that it doesn't produce what it's supposed to produce. What will happen to the remaining 20% of the profit, and that will not be distributed to the premium holders? In the case the bot generates a monthly profit above 30%, this 20% profit will be used to feed the team and reinvest that profit in the project. However, in case the bot does not reach 30%, the 20% will not go to the team, but will be also distributed among premium holders. Pretty nice of them. The pool is always the same size, can it be increased? As the months go by and numbers of holders increase, part of the bot's profits can be used to feed the yield feeding pool and thus take advantage of compound interest. The treasury fund can also be used to replace these profits while increasing the YFP. However, I should have been just saying that the whole time. However, this decision will be made by the premium holders who will be able to vote. So big stuff. Believe we went this as well. Oh, this is their initial APY projections. We'll go over that, and then we'll just finish off with some good news, the chart and how much it costs to get 10,000 tokens right now. So we start from the fact that our extremely risky prototype has been given us a 1,400% profit in the first 100 days of the year. This historical profit can be tracked back through the Telegram. However, we're not going to be going to be extremely risky, and the market has an unpredictable behavior, as you guys have seen. So being conservative and performing a good diversification of our yield fielding pool, YFP, we estimate a conservative APY of 105%, assuming a 15% of mean monthly profit, an expected APY projection of 195%, assuming a 40% mean monthly profit, and in a bullish scenario, we obtain a projection of 305% APY, assuming 70% mean monthly profit, which they have outperformed. For the record, and to show that we are conservative, our ARTX yield feeding bot, which is publicly tracked, has given a profit for the first 100 days of 223% per month, which would translate to 861 APY. That is nuts. So we know this scenario is an exception, and that is why our projections are lower. So aim low and deliver more. That's the way to do it. We cannot ignore it as possible that this exceptional moment will last for a long time, and real APY could be higher than our model's projections. Check out this big news from Bloomberg. Yield and fund automation solution ARTX has a successful launch through the help of DEX tools and CyberFi. You can take a look at this. I'll post it below as well. And if you want to go buy your 10,000 tokens, it's on discount, 19.7 ETH. You can chop it up in smaller buys, but honestly, being a part of DEX tools and getting that DEX shares as a premium member, it's awesome. And if I can add ARTX to the portfolio and get ARTX shares a month, I'm covered. That is just awesome. Another thing to take note is while you're getting these shares in, the token price will be appreciating. More people will be learning about it. More people will be seeing the shares. More people will be wanting to jump in. And we've seen like a very awesome support right here. We can raise it a little bit, and the support has been holding. We've gotten some wicks to the down low, but we are seeing a strong support at the $3.67 range. You can also see ARTX is trending number one. That's not a fluke. And I believe that it will have the potential to move 100x. That's $35. That's still potential 10x from this price. So if you have any questions, post them below. If you have any concerns, let us know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.